You need to work on your belief and habit on place that will start to support you, which means you need to replace that. Not to change, to replace. And I recommend to people, don't change anything in your life. Don't do that. It's not good for you. When you talk about changing, when you agree to change anything, you admit that something wrong. Otherwise, why you change it?
Sometimes we discover when we're growing up that whatever was serving us before does not work or does not serve us in a good way. So we need to change it.
That's great. Now you learn what doesn't work. Now you can build. Now you can put the ladder on the right building. That's everything in life is education. You education your limitation and you educate your intention. Here is another thing that's very important to remember. Reduce to zero your expectation about anything in life. When you develop expectation, you take some valuable that you have and you leave it very loose to someone else to fill that up. When you lower your expectation, your intention go high. When your intention go high, this is something that depend on you. You not depend on anybody else.
Welcome to the Age of Reinvention podcast, where we explore how to redefine freedom, lifestyle, and purpose at midlife. I am your host, Emily Bron, and today we have inspiring guest who embodies the spirit of reinvention. Haim Ohayon immigrated to the US at 40 plus years old without proper English and spent 40 years as an auto mechanic before he completely transformed his life to become a personal life and business coach at 50 plus. For the past 11 years, Haim been helping others meet their life goals and embrace the change. From being homeless in Israel to starting a new life chapter in New York City alone and branching to wisdom, Haim's journey is a testament to the power of reinvention at any age. Get ready for the enlightening conversation about ethics, transformation, and finding fulfillment in your second act. Let's welcome Haim Ohayon. Hello, Haim. I'm happy to speak with you at the Age of Reinvention podcast.
Hello, Emily. Thank you for having me on your show. I'm enthusiastic a little bit to be on your show, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go. And I have plenty of questions to you. And let's start a little bit from your biographical details. Chaim, you spent 40 years as an auto mechanic before becoming a coach. What was your turning point when you realized that your vocation actually to be a coach?
In 2000, it was recession here in State. Now, I used to work in a gas station, and before the recession, we used to make about $100,000 a month, which is a lot of money back then. When the recession came, the job started to slow down. So the profit came down to about 60, 70,000 a month. And the manager started to put pressure on us, the employee, to make the number up, which is mean sometimes it's illegal, sometimes it's immoral, which is mean you bring your car to the shop, we need to find something wrong. And if we don't find something wrong, we need to make something wrong. So I just said to the manager, look, I'm not a kid. I'm already 50 and I'm not young. I never did that in my life. And I definitely not going to do it now. It's not me. And he said, you're going to have more money in your pocket. I said, you don't do me any favor over there because you don't teach me how money work. You just give me more money to spend. That's what you do. Now you're going to give me the money when you make it. So if you don't make it, I just don't get anything. And then I sell myself for something that I'm not comfortable. No, I'm not going to do it. So he showed me the door and said, out, I don't want you here. I said, I will go out. So I step out, I took my tool, and I start to search for other place to work as a mechanic, because that's what I know. I become overqualified. Nobody want to take me. Nobody want to touch me. Because they need to pay me because of my skill, my knowledge, my tool, my experience, yeah. So they said, either they didn't have the job, or they said, look, in your price, I can take two people. Why to take you? You already have your way that you work. I get nothing to train you. All your experience. I realize when one door closed, the other one open. And what's happened to me, that's happened to me and many people like me. We still staring in the door that closed. We don't see the one that open. But I didn't stay there for a long time. After a while, I stopped and I said, wait a minute. I'm not so crazy about this profession. And now nobody wants to hire me. So let me see if there is something else for me in this world. So I went holistic way and I started to search, who am I? What I'm doing here on the face on the earth? What is my purpose in life? And I find two things. I find that I love people and I love to help people. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. I know that, but I don't know what to do with that. As I was searching, I stumbled on coaching. It came up, coaching. I said, let me see, what is that? I don't know. Let me see. I took a course. Yeah. They said to stay 2 years. To stay 1 year, I stayed 2 years. I didn't graduate because I have disagreement with the school. They say, if you want to graduate, you need to bring person with problem, fix it, and move on. I say, wait a minute. That's therapy. I don't want to be therapist. I have different way to work with people, different ideal. They say, okay, what is your ideal? I say, I want to take something good and make it great. That's more fun for me. That's the way I want to work. They say, we don't teach that. I say, okay, that's what I want to do. They say, oh, you on your own, you can do whatever you want. There's no regulation on coaching.
But you could have find different school, different method.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm still don't have a diploma for that, and I don't care. So I went out and I started to work as a coach. And it worked for me from the first day.
So people didn't ask you about diploma or
Until today, nobody asked. Nobody asked about diploma. Nobody. There is no regulation on that. There is no any government say about that.
no government, but people, customers.
People look for the result. People look for resume. People look for past job that you did. Now, is the way you present yourself. That say a lot about if the person like you and will work with you or not.
But at the beginning, usually it's very hard when you start a new direction and you don't have yet recommendation or experience that you can rely on people asking about diploma or references. Yes.
I understand. So what I did right in the beginning, I used to have a friend of mine. She died 2 years, 3 years from the corona. But when we start, she was receptionist for event. So she was sitting in the front. She collecting money and data from every person that come to the event. So we become friendly. And then one day I will ask her, do you like what you do? She said, I love what I do. I wish I could do it for myself. I said, you know what? That's exactly the person I'm looking for. I want to check if the way I want to work with people have some value. It's working. So I'm looking for guinea pig. Well, that's what we call guinea pig. And it's going to cost you nothing. I just want to test my program on you.
Case study. We say case study, not guinea pig. Case study.
Case study, yes. So we start to work together. So in matter of 3 years, she became the president of the chambers in that town. She was create monthly event with 10 vendor, which is mean people that came, they bring the table, they bring the merchandise, they put on the table and to sell it to people, plus a guest speaker for every meeting. In 3 years, I say, what I'm doing, it's working.
So how did you achieve it? So actually, for 3 years, you had only her. It was the only.
What I was looking, and until looking, that's the way I see things. I see that's what you want to do. Yeah, what's involved? What's in there? I give you a recent thing that happened yesterday. And today I call myself as a dream maker. Share your dream with me, and together we'll make it happen. So I was talking to some guy yesterday, and we start to talk about frisbee. There is a tournament that goes on frisbee, and he say he loved that and he played that, and I asked him, "Do you have income from that?" He said, "No, I wish I knew how to make it." I said, "It's very simple what you have to do to make that happen. I know it's going to be huge, but there is a business model. Now let's see what's in there in that model. You need to arrange judges, you need to arrange places, you need to arrange TV. Now, when you make it that magnitude, yeah, now you're going to have sponsor because they want to put the logo on the shirt of the team. First, they're going to build arena. They want the name on their arena. That's this world. All of a sudden, the guy said, it's not so complicated. But he now start to see himself as doing that.
But where did you learn it? Because different type of business, different business models, and different ideas behind it. How did you learn it? It's not in a...
It's something that I have in me. I'll tell you another story. It's again, she called me today. She want to meet me again. But she's a single mother. She used to sell insurance for a living. And we communicate like that. We talk. And she said to me, I don't know what is that about you, but I believe with you. I can be and do what I want to do. I don't know how much you charge. I don't know if I can afford you. I say, okay, before we go to money and procedure, I want to know what is that you're looking for. Maybe I say no to you. I don't say yes to everyone. And she say, okay, fair enough. I want to be actors in movie. I say, okay, what you willing to do to make that happen? She said, whatever it take. That's intrigued me. I say, you know what? Leave the money aside now. I never have something like that. Leave the money aside. Let's start to work. When you have income from the movie, we'll talk how you compensate me. In the second month that we work together, she started to go to audition. In the fourth month, she got picked up in audition. Last year, she called me, she said, I finished my first movie.
So do I understand that you just instill confidence in people? You just provide them assurance in whatever they're doing will gonna work?
There is principle in life. Emily, there is principle. The principle said, everything in the universe created twice. The first time in a person's mind, the second time in a physical reality. Look around you in your room, all what you have. If we go back in time, it would not exist. Someone has to think about that and build it. The principle never change. The application is different from person to person. So I got to look, that's what you love to do. I don't need to tell you what to do. I don't need to give you advice. I don't need even to help you. I need to assist you and I need to support you.
But sometimes people have unrealistic dreams, something which impossible to achieve maybe in this lifetime or too complicated.
I find out it's very rarely that something like that happen. Because the way people educated, the way people thinking, they're thinking about what exists. They're not thinking about what's not exist. Now, I work with those people also. I working with guy, it was for a short time, in inventor. He invent machine. Yeah. You take shower. From the heat of the water that you take shower, Six other people can take shower. Just the heat of the water. It's invented. He invented that machine. So he invited me to his house to see the prototype. I signed the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement, that I'm not going to talk about that. And he showed me the product. And I said, that's great. You know what you can do with that? It's fortune. Because if you just sell it to one hotel, you need 600 units. 600 units, that's hotel. So if you take few hotel, you set for life. Now imagine that every new hotel that's came into the world gonna use your product. So I said, let's see what we can do here. You just invent the product. Yeah? You need to build it. You need mass build it. And you need marketing to put it in the market. So I bring a friend of mine, guy. He have 50,000 square feet in India. And now India is a cheap labor. So I say, we build all the product in India.
No, if he invented it already existed for me. I was speaking about some other cases. I don't know. People want to fly to the Mars.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by that. Usually people think about something that exists, but they want to know how is that going to work for them. Yeah. So in that case, I'm a rare guy that the way I'm working with people. I don't have programs that go for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years program. My programs go for 1 month. In 1 month, I will ask you to do one thing. Yeah? If you do the one thing, you will do everything else. If you're not going to do the one thing, you're not going to do nothing else.
For example, what you're asking, are you meeting once a week person?
I will ask you to do one thing, which is mean I want you to replace your self-image for the person that you want to become. If you're going to do it, you will do everything else. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do nothing else. So that's give me indication who I'm going to work with. Only people that willing to do what they say they're going to do.
Sometimes people, they want something, but they don't have clear vision how it should be. And just to see myself in this image, I need to know more.
I build a vision. I build a vision for people to see it. Because people see people use visualize all the time. But what they visualize is the wrong thing. Which is mean, you hear that many times. Be careful what you wish for, you may get it. When persons say it, all the time means something wrong, something bad. They never ever referring to something good. So now when they say it, now they sit and wait for that to happen, just to tell everybody, I knew that. I told you. Now take it to the other side. Think about something good that will happen. And then go ahead and do it. And then say, I believe in that. I make it. I did it. You see the difference?
It's a different. And I'm just wondering, at what age did it happen to you when you start actually practicing as a coach?
After 50.
And looking back at your journey, since even you mentioned once becoming homeless and later immigrating to the US when you've been already 40 plus, what is the most valuable lesson you have learned about reinvention and personal growth that you'd like to share with our listeners?
When I came in 1996 to state, I was over 40. I was homeless and I didn't speak English. So I was afraid to leave the house where I'm staying. I say, if I get lost, I don't know how to come back. And I don't know how to, and I don't have any way to communicate with people. I don't speak English.
How you made the immigration, I'm just wondering.
I don't know how I make it. I don't even think about that. Now, but I figured that very fast. In the English alphabet, we have the letter F. How we use it? Do you live in fear or you have a faith? You need to be on one side. I have a faith in me. I didn't afraid from anything. I'm still not afraid from nothing. I just have something, I go for it. I have a beard. Here is a story about faith. I have a beard. I never have a beard. I send you even picture without beard. I have another house in Pocono, in Pennsylvania. And we have, me and my wife, we have a two level. We have the first level and we have the second level. Second level, we have two bedroom and a big loft. As my wife talking, and she said, one thing missing in this house, yeah, if we have bathroom in the second floor, it was going to be great. Because in case we have a relative or family or friend that's coming to stay with us, and they need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, they need to go down to the first level. Now we have a dog. The dog going to start to bark because some stranger in the house, for him is stranger, he's going to start to bark everybody up. So I say, I can build bathroom. She say, you, what do you know? You're not a builder. You're not plumber. You're not electrician. How you can do that? I said, I believe I can do it. So we go back and forth. She said no. I say yes. Until one day she said, you know what? Go ahead, do it. I said to myself, I'm going to start. If it's not going to work, I all the time can pay someone to finish that. So I took the vanity with the sink from the first floor. I move it to the side to see where is the plumbing, all the housing. I open a wall. I open window on a wall to see the plumbing. I drill to the ceiling. It's a floor for the second floor to take all the plumbing up to the second floor because I need water, I need access. So I didn't have a sink for 2 weeks. So I didn't shave. My wife said, oh, I like the beard that you have. Keep it. So okay, I keep it. So now I have a beard and I have a bathroom.
Great. You could have used YouTube. Maybe it was before YouTube.
YouTube, I check YouTube only for one thing. What the measure from the toilet seat to the wall. This is the only thing I check on YouTube. All the rest, it was in my head.
Okay, Haim, but it's a very valuable story. Coming back to my question, what did you learn about what you can advise and share with other people who starting something new, being at 40 plus, 50 plus, with zero knowledge, previous experience?
I understand. What you ask, what you want, find someone that you can trust that's not going to violate your feeling. Somebody that give you support on what you want to do without judgment. That's what people want. There is two kind of fear that people have that they don't pay attention to, but they don't even talk about that. Is nobody want to be bullied. Nobody want to be embarrassed. So when you by yourself, it's very easy to bully you and you can be embarrassed just like that. When you have somebody that support you and believe in you, you will never be bullied and you'll never be embarrassed.
Your approach is unique. You say you don't tell people what to do, but rather what will work. Can you elaborate a little bit on your philosophy, on this philosophy?
Yes. We have that phrase that said, you can take the horse to the water, but you can make him drink. That's not my job. My job is to show and tell to the horse where is the water. When he feels thirsty, he going to go and drink. And he will remember who showed him the way, which is mean my job is to make the horse thirsty. So if I make you thirsty, now you search for the water. I don't need to take you to the water.
But you need direct support, somehow provide assistance, as you mentioned.
That's come after. That's come after that. That's the how. How to do what you want to do is come second. First, you want to know what you want to do. When you know what you want to do, now you figure out how to make that. And that's what people got mixed between them. They want to figure out how to do things. That's come second. That's not come first. First, decide what you want to do. And then it's easy to find how to do it.
How do you know what will work in general for this person, this other person.
Everything. Here is another universal principle. They said like that. If you want to have something that you never had before, you need to do something that you never did before. Now, here is the magic. There is a lot of magic in there. When you do something that you never did before, you will never fail. It's impossible to make mistake and nothing will go wrong.
So why some people are failing? Why some people are failing, if so?
They don't want to be bullied. They don't want to be embarrassed.
So they don't have enough strength to go till there.
Yes. There is another thing, and I say people don't know how to make decision. And I will take it in a bigger scale. Nobody in the world make the right decision. Nobody. What people do, they make their decision right. When you decide to do something, it starts with ideal. Now the ideal, you don't have it yet. You make decision to go for it, right? You make it happen. Now, when you share it with someone else, see what you get. Either you get somebody that partner, he enjoyed that, he take it and he run with that, and you left with nothing. Or you meet a negative Nelly, that people are going to talk you out on that. Why do you need to listen to those people? I don't know. It's your ideal. Go ahead and see how is that good for you. How is that working for yourself? What kind of result you get? What kind of experience that's going to give you?
Sometimes people looking for partner who has different skills because a project might be so big that you need different skills.
You don't need partner. You need support. You need assistance, not partner. Partner is a different story.
Okay, you worked with various professionals, as far as I learned about you, starting from lawyers to entrepreneurs. And I have a couple of questions at this point. What is your explanation, and maybe they shared with you? Why are these professionals were coming to you, but were not working with professional licensed psychologists and other professionals? Because lawyers and entrepreneurs, they usually like people with certain diplomas or titles.
It's the way I deliver the message, which is mean, I'm not a regular coach. They give you program that run for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years program. They develop their program that believe it's work, and they charge you upfront big chunk of money, and you pay them. Now, if the program working for you, great. If the program not working for you, now you start to fight either to get money back, which is mean there's not an option, and now you're stuck. You pay money and you don't get anything. So I don't have that. I don't provide that. I give you 1 month. You pay for 1 month. If in 1 month we have good relationship and you get result, I will work with you. If you don't get result, I quit. I'm not going to wait for you.
How often you meet your client? Like once a week?
There is client that I meet once a week. There's client I meet once a month. It depends on their budget. Which is mean I make it easy for people that I work with. I charge you for 1 month. If we work in every week, I charge you for 1 month fee. When we go to the second month, the fee drop 50%. I want you to succeed. I don't want you the money going to be burden on you. So I lower the price. Now, there is no contract. You can quit anytime you want, and I can quit anytime I want. If you don't like what I do, if you don't like what I say, you're not going to pay me. So why I need to stay with you? I don't want to have this kind of relationship that's based on money. I want to have a relationship that's based on result.
Sometimes you cannot see result a month or two. It really need to take some time.
The result that starts, it's in your mind, the way you think it. The way you go to sleep at night. Now you're thinking about the next day, what you can do the next day. Which is mean what kind of result you create to yourself. There is things that take time, I agree with you. But in your mind, the shift is right away. That's the reason I say, if you're going to replace your self-image, you have 1 month to do it. And I will assist you, I will support you to think that way. Which is mean, I will ask you, take the image that you have in your head, put it down on paper. When you put it down on paper, now you have contract between you and the universe, you and God, whatever you want to call it. I want you to reread it multiple times a day. It takes you about 2-3 minutes to read it. How many 2-3 minutes in a day we have? Empty, to do nothing. Plenty. So every 2-3 minutes that you have nothing to do, just take it from your pocket, read it. Slowly you start to see yourself doing that. You become that person. If you don't see it, we have no ground to walk, because you're not going to do nothing.